Welcome back, everybody, and here we are. And thank you for joining us again in another episode of Midgard Golf. Back at the 10th hole. So, yeah, I did my intros earlier today, so I know I introduced you twice, but whatever. Anyway, so big downhill par 5. Yeah, no reason to really not take driver. Only thing you really don't want to do here is go right. So that left, you got some kind of side panel support, if you will, to bounce you back in if you don't go too far left. If you're way, way, way left, then you're going to be in the driving range. So definitely don't do that. Anyway, so, yeah, driver, pump one out there, try to keep it nice and safely in play. Let's check it out. So I almost dunked that for eagle, guys, from like 70 something yards out. Oh, it looks like I flew it a little long. Yeah, there's my pitch mark. Stopped it dead though. But still a darn good approach. Alright. Oh, you know what? That's going to be the wrong view. There we go. That's better. Alright. See if I can drain this bird. Everybody, here we are. That was an excellent bird to grab on the last hole there. I love starting a 9 off with a birdie. But anyway, so yeah, here we are on 11, about 370 to get on this green. So kind of tight. You don't want to be left here, favor the right, though there are some bunkers on the right that you definitely want to stay clear of. So yeah. Anyway, light driver, you know, one might even be tempted to hit like a fairway metal or, you know, a long iron, just to make sure you keep it in play and make it a nice, easy 2-shot par 4. So, yeah, not sure what I'm going to do. I might actually play the 2-iron here, just to, or maybe even a 4-iron, just to make sure that I keep it in here, because I really don't want to hit driver and miss since it's kind of a narrow fairway. Anyway, let's go check it out. everybody, and here we are back on the 12th hole. So, big par 4, about 410 to get up on this green. So, pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, you can miss right a little bit, but you really don't want to miss left here. So, taking the D stick and just going to try to float one out there nice and easy. Let's check it out. Alright everybody, welcome back. Here we are on the 13th hole. So kind of a short par 4. It's only actually about 291 to get on the front of this green. But it is a very wonky hole. You got these death bunkers right in front of us here. And those are about, those are still like 50 yards short of the green. So, if you try the safe play here and you're going to lay up before those bunkers into the pretty much one landing area short before them, then yeah, you really want to take a club that you're sure you're going to be short, because getting in those bunkers and trying to get on in 2 from there, that's tough because they are steep. But anyway, I am taking driver. I've never actually hit driver on this hole, so this will be a new experience today for me. And yeah, I'm just going to try to control one, put it right over the very middle bunker, and yeah, if I can put a tad bit of draw on it, then great. If not, and it flies it and it ends up to the right, should be a short chip on. So, let's check it out. Alright everybody, here we are back on the 14th hole. So big par 5, pretty straightforward, but lots of bunker action to play with here. So yeah, there's some bunkers straight out ahead that you can kind of see right in the middle of the screen, and those are definitely in play. Those are in reach for a driver, which I'm taking. So keeping it left is kind of preferable off the tee, and then you'll have to hit back to the right. Real big hitters will be able to pump it right over those traps straight forward and then be in a nice, good position long in the fairway to try to get home in 2. Let's check it out. Alright everybody, so here we are on the 15th hole. It's heartbreaking not to make that birdie by just a couple inches on the last, but oh well, I'll take a par any day. Anyway, so this hole, kind of a long par 3, pretty straight up. I mean, a lot of stuff to clear, a lot of forced clearance here, but yeah, about 210 yards to get on, a little uphill. So I am going to play a 6-iron, which would be about a club long for me. And yep, just full strength, nice and easy, and try to float one up there. If I miss, I should miss short. You don't want to be long here. Chipping down onto this green is just a recipe for, yeah, rolling off the front of the green and then just, you know, playing, playing air hockey with your ball to try to get it up into that hole. So, yeah. Anyway, 6-iron, and let's see what happens. Alright everybody, here we are, back on the 16th out here, the number 2 handicap hole on the course. And this hole is, it's crazy. So as you look out to the right, so you see that bunker right in the middle, and then there's split fairways, left and right of that bunker. So I've actually played this hole both ways, and I've come to the conclusion that playing the lower side of the fairway, the left side, is preferable. It looks like from here you're going to have a better angle on the green if you get up on the high right side, but you don't. Once you get up there, you realize that you've got like a sliver of green to play with because of the way that this green is shaped. But if you get it nicely on that left side, then yeah, it just looks like, you know, from where you're going to be standing, that you're going to have a lot more green to play with. And indeed you are. So I'm not even taking driver here. I'm just going to take 2-iron and slap it out there a bit. I mean, it's only from where I stand right here, it's 390 to get on the front of the green. It's like 380 from up there in the tee box. So yeah, I mean, just if I can get this 250 out there, that'll put me in prime position to yeah, attack that green. Let's check it out. Alright everybody, welcome back. Here we are on 17. Little par 3, only about 127 to get on that stick there. So, I mean really, on that stick even less than that. So yeah, I love this hole on this course. Just this nice little pleasant par 3 with this beautiful lake off to the side. It's actually the same lake, I'll show you, that we played on 10. So there's the 10th green. So anyway, yeah, it's just beautiful coming into the close here for the round. So yeah, what am I doing? I'm hitting 54 degree, and I love this pin placement out to the right where it is now. So yeah, a lot of forgiveness over there. It's a nice little bowl area for this green. So yeah, anyway, 54, just throw it on up there. Alright everybody, so here we are, final hole. Thanks again for tuning in today, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And comment below. Let me know what you think about this course out here at King's Deer. It's gorgeous. Anyway, alright, so this last hole, kind of a mediocre par 4, but it's straight uphill. So yeah, from where I stand, 351 to get on that green, so about 345 from where the tee box is up ahead there. So yeah, I mean, the play, driver, you can miss left a little bit without getting into too much trouble. If you miss right and get into those bunkers on the right, it's going to turn this into a real long hole for you. But either way, yeah, so keep it left. That's the idea. But yeah, just a beautiful hole to finish up on, climbing up to the peak of this little hill. So, D-stick, let's check it out. Alright everybody, so that's all she wrote. This is the end of part 2. Yeah, again, filming these closeouts back to back because, well, I like doing this in the comfort of my own house. Anyway, so, yeah, what do we end up shooting? 2 over on the back 9. That's lights out for that course, let me tell you. Yeah, 3 bogeys and then that birdie on 10, that was... I think that's the first time I've ever birdied 10 there. I mean, that 8-iron layup was just stuck to perfection right up against the edge of that little ridge there that would otherwise roll down into the lake. And then, yeah, that 58 wedge. 58? Yeah, I had a 58 on that. to stick it and almost dunk it for eagle. I mean, I flew it, what, like a foot and a half long, and then an easy birdie putt. So that was probably the best I've ever played that hole, for sure. Yeah. And usually I end up leaving my drive out to the right on that hole. For some reason, I closed it up today and put it out to the left, which I think that's the way to do it for that hole. But anyway, so yeah, excellent round for me today for a total of 76. That's yeah, that's tying my career best. And the other place where I hit that same score was actually the silver course at the Air Force Academy, and that was last year. That was a while ago. But yeah, you know, every once in a while you just have one of those days where you're just in the zone. You're not thinking about things. You just step up to the ball, look at the yardage, you know, grab out the club, but you know the right club, and hit it. Don't try to get cute with it. Every time I try to get cute with things, it's like, yep, you just threw away the round, Alex. I know you just keep trying to shape those shots exactly how you want it, but what are you going to do? Yeah. 17, that was a disappointing hole for me. I mean, that short par 3, it's my, like I said before, when we were on 17, that's my favorite hole on the course just because it's just so pleasant. And it was my favorite pin placement, and then what did I do? I put it all the way over to the left. I mean, I did get some pretty serious spin on that ball when I was watching it. I don't think you could see that on camera because it was kind of downhill. But yeah, I spun that ball pretty hard, which I'm really excited about because I just got these new wedges, the new RTX full faces. So just super cool. I get tons of spin on them when you know, no matter where I strike the ball. So if I hit it a little toey and I end up putting a little too much draw on it, I'm still getting all that spin as if I hit it clean right there on the face. I mean, it's brilliant. Like, if you're looking to upgrade your wedges, highly recommend those Cleveland RTX full faces. Or, you know, if you like the CBX style, the cavity back wedge, they make the CBX full faces too. I think they only start, so far as loft angles though, at 56 degrees. I don't think you can get any steeper than that. So, kind of unfortunate if you like a 54 or a 52 or a 50 in the bag. Yeah, I don't think they're cutting those, but who knows? I can't imagine that they're going to stop making the full faces. So, yeah, maybe sometime in the future they will cut, yeah, more steeper lofts for you guys who like the CBX wedge. But anyway, so full course review. Let's do that. Starting off with the money. So, you know, I paid a premium price today. Primo shooting early bird. And, yeah, what was it? I think after taxes it was $77, something like that. Yeah, that course is worth that. Absolutely. And then their twilight rates, which start surprisingly early, if I remember right, thinking back to the site. I think their twilights. Anyway, I can't remember when the twilight starts. Let's say that. Let's not say things I'm not entirely sure about. But yeah, that drops into 65, 60, somewhere around there. So yeah, absolutely, that's a great deal for that caliber course. Yeah, no doubt. I'd pay that. Yeah, 10 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. The course itself. Fairways are tricky. You know, there's a couple of fairways out there that are wide enough for you to be comfortable about, and you know, hitting the driver and not having to worry about hitting a really precise shot. But most of the fairways out there are really tight. So, especially, what is it? Is it 16? Where I took that other bogey? Yeah, that's right. Where that split fairway. I mean, you know, I cleaned it up perfectly today, but if and it was actually aiming for the low side, like I said, right, the lower part of the fairway, but I ended up just smoking that 2-iron perfectly clean and ended up right there on that ridge perfectly. I mean, if you could stick it, if you could drop the ball right there, that's really where you want it, because then you got the best of both worlds. You're pin high, and you've got the whole green to look at. But if you're too far to the right, then there's kind of like this hill off to the right side of the green a bit that sort of closes you off from a really solid approach onto the green if you're too far off to the right side of that fairway. But And the left side of the fairway, anywhere you are down there, you're going to be sitting happy. So far as your view onto the green. Let's see here, but yeah, but the fairways. So I rate their difficulty as like a sort of a medium high, right? Not the craziest, narrowest fairways I've ever seen by any stretch, but certainly far from the widest. So yeah, you got to hit pretty decent shots out there for sure. And the trouble out there, left and right, you can see there's not a whole lot of trees out there. Shoot, I don't know if there's any trees out there on any hole. Like, yeah, no, I can't think of one. But yeah, those weeds will eat your ball. So I mean, yeah, very very thick weeds out there if you end up in them. So some holes, I mean, shoot, I should have probably mentioned this during the round, but some holes the weeds off to the right or left are they tend to be trimmed down quite a bit, and if you miss out there, you're going to be able to find your ball easy, and there's a fair chance that you'll have a decent enough lie to hit your next shot. But yeah, I should have mentioned more about that in the video. But anyway, I guess you're just going to have to go out there and play and find out for yourself. But yeah, so obviously on those holes, favor that shot shape to wherever the grass is, or the rough is lowest, I guess you might say. Just in case you missed that way, like hard that way. Whichever way that happens to be. But on most holes on that course, yeah, it's a right side favor miss. Except for, I guess, 8. 8's a left side favor miss. And there's a couple other ones that are left side favor. So anyway, if you happen to be a fade player, then yeah, I would guess that you're going to like that course real well. Now, if you're a real tight draw player, then you're really going to like King's Deer, because it definitely rewards somebody who can hit a nice, pretty, 10 to 15 yard draw. So yeah. Anyway, the greens. Like I said before, the greens are usually very quick out there. So yeah, if you like kind of a slower green to hold your ball and whatnot, and you're not so good at putting spin on it to make it suck back, then yeah, you're gonna have a tough time on those greens. Today they were rather wet from a rainstorm that we had yesterday, so they were a little slower than usual today, which probably helped me score the way I did, if I'm being completely honest, because I hit several putts a little harder than I wanted to, but it ended up okay anyway, just because the greens were just a little bit slower. So, helped me out today, which is nice. And you can always plan for that. It rains a lot here in Colorado, so yeah, if you see rain on the forecast, like heavy rain, then yeah, pick the next day to make your tee time, and the green should be a little bit slower. Yeah, so the staff, yeah, staff there, always lovely, always awesome. So I've never shown up to King's Deer, and I've played there several times, a lot of times, and excuse me, and yeah, the staff there is always great to deal with. So the bar there is really cool. They've got a nice patio area that overlooks kind of the whole valley of the driving range, and then a part of the back nine there. So yeah, that's a nice ambiance to their sort of rancher style clubhouse. Let's see here, patrons. Yeah, so the couple of guys I was playing with today for a few holes on the front nine, and then they kind of split off. Yeah. they kind of got tired of waiting for the group in front of us, and they were members, so they just skipped a few holes and went on about their way. But yeah, they were real quick players. But then the guys in front of, well, then just me after a few holes there, they were not that quick. So I guess you get kind of your good mix of quick players and not so quick players out there at King's Deer. But everybody's awesome. I can't recall a single time I've shown up to King's Deer and the other folks that were out there playing with me weren't also super great people. So yeah, it tends to attract. Wow, can't speak English today. It tends to attract pretty decent people out there. Let's see here. yeah, I think that's about it. Anyway, um, yeah. So, if you've got any more questions about, if on any of my videos, if you go back through them, if you've got any questions about any of the courses that I play and then in turn review for you, let me know. Put them in the comments below, and I will answer them. Right? Unless you know, I happen to get super popular and then there's 100,000 messages down there. Well, that I just won't have time for. But if I will always read through and try to find good questions about the course, and I will respond to those, and I'll let you know what I think. So, if you're looking to come out and play any of the courses that I've played, shot, and reviewed for you, vlogged, I guess, and reviewed. So, anyway, thanks again for tuning in to watch another episode with us at Midgard Golf. And I don't know where I'm playing next week, but I think I'm going to be back down in Canyon City. So, yeah, we'll see. I haven't been down there since the first video at 4 Mile Ranch. Not going to play 4 Mile Ranch again. Yeah, I mean, that's an excellent course. Awesome down there. Super tricky. Lots of blind shots, but I think once a year is probably good. I try not to play the same courses twice. I just like to see new courses all the time. I get bored playing the same course over and over again, so I don't. I go out of my way to play different courses every time I go out and play. I'd probably shoot better if I, you know, played a course routinely and then, you know, started to know my club selection from various locations and whatnot. That always helps. But I don't care if my scores are in the 80s, and every once in a while I'm going to clean up one in the 70s like I did today. So, yeah, heck with it. And, yeah, for me, it's just having that different ambiance, that different course every weekend. That's what I live for, man. Anyway, so like and subscribe if you like. Love to have you. Continue to follow the channel. And yep, I'm going to keep vlogging more and more courses for you until I run out of courses here in Colorado. And then I'll probably just start doing them again. But yeah, I'm trying to get some buddies to do this with me so I can have more than just me more often on the channel here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If not, then it'll just be me. I don't care. I love doing this. So, yeah. And as always, have a lovely day, and we'll see you next time.